Good afternoon from New York. This is going to be a heavy one, so you might want to do the reading that will be included in the text or description area of the video. Yeah, do comment, share, and you know the drift. Okay. Today's subject. A lot of people wonder, what is this channel about, and how do I tie together some of the things that, or how do we tie together some of the things that we talk about here? So the title today is Tying Together Christian Mysticism, Inner Mind Communication, EMDR, Politics, NDEs, and Primal Therapy. Okay. I told you it was going to be a big one. Okay. What ties all of these together? The communication of love, both given and received. What ties these together? The communication of empathy and conscious awareness, awareness with a sense of I or self involved. Within the brain, the corpus callosum joins the right and left hemispheres. Both of these need to work together to help us feel empathetic and consciously aware. The left brain is more about language and cause and effect, and the right more about context, which helps with empathy. Empathy and awareness can help with overwhelming anxiety, such as in PTSD and cPTSD, which is complex PTSD, which is also called child PTSD, which is more about developmental post-traumatic stress disorder. EMDR treatments try to better integrate the two halves of the brain. Integrating trauma requires the brain to work in an integrated fashion, which needs awareness of the problem, knowing it is in the past, and empathy with oneself so as to feel the need involved. EMDR involves using language and memory to describe a trauma while each side of the brain is excited while doing so. This is a kind of self-love, as love integrates and resolves things concerning need, even need that has trauma attached. When trauma occurs, it pushes to be integrated, and because of the helplessness at the time or times of the trauma. And this helplessness creates an anxiety that is overwhelming. So when it isn't integrated, the brain disconnects from the needs attached to the helplessness by creating more attainable things that are symbolic of the needs, but distanced from them and generalized. This symbolic defense against overwhelming anxiety remains a learned survival memory until it is integrated, at which time the needs involved become less distanced and symbolized. You become your real self. Primal therapy is about slowly triggering needs locked in helplessness and breaking down the ability to symbolize the needs involved, feeling and expressing them. Christian mysticism involves taking up one's cross, not Christ's, but one's own. I'd love to hear a preacher go on about that. And then following the path of love outlined by Jesus. You have to feel the helplessness, the damaged faith and love, in order to heal. Trauma must be readdressed or relived to be integrated. This is the taking up of one's cross. The source of all evil, Christ called the love of money, or one could say symbolic need, or greed, including power mongering. The power of greed is addictive, and power of this sort corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And where have we heard that before? From a lot of sources. The original, sorry, probably some Greek guy. in comment, in an NDE, one separates from the pain and anxiety of the near-death experience, feeling oneself completely distanced, as in perceiving oneself as outside the body, that is, in feelings of painful helplessness. And for those who suffer the audible version of this, the out of the body experience can be reproduced in the lab. It is not a big mysterious thing. Okay. Whole worlds are created, and the damaged faith and love associated with the near-death trauma and love is experienced in this symbolic realm, which is a kind of awake dream. The experience of such a love seems to integrate and give meaning to the near-death experience. Inner mind communication is a daylight dream within one's imagined experience, using awareness and empathy in role plays. Prayer is a type of this, and forms of meditation or awareness attached to need. It uses these in loving or comforting ways, which, because of the different approaches of this loving and being loved, breaks down the ability of the symbolic to keep one from integrating. Remember, the symbolic keeps you from integrating and feeling the need in its original helplessness. Thank you for listening to the audible version. What really happened, being loved, breaks down the ability of the symbolic to keep one from integrating what really happened, which is a bit better than many other approaches and more complete. It is how one can take up one's cross, because it deals with the pain of helplessness or damaged faith and love attached to need. Christ supposedly said in his empathy with being human, something that meant he felt the helplessness. My God, why have you forsaken me? So he's demonstrating for you this feeling of the need to, be with God, to be in the arms of love in the midst of this helpless situation, which human beings confront all the time. Politics is about meeting human need in governance and addressing the problem of greed to allow true, fair, and free trade. Democracy required. Supporting democracy allows for more empathy and awareness and must be defended. Vote accordingly. Until next time, remember, you are part of the wonder of the universe. May the road rise to meet you. And let me, for the people who listened and who took the time, I'm going to sing you my song of support for Kamala, by far the more democratic and loving candidate. Let's see. Wade in the water, Wade in the healing water, wade in the water, children. Kamala is troubling the water of politics, the incorporated greed that she's standing against in order to heal, to create free and fair trade. There's no free trade without it being fair. The government helps to make sure that happens. Thank you. May the road rise to meet you.